The notion that Elon Musk was kicked off The Late Show with Stephen Colbert after a fiery confrontation is a provocative but entirely unfounded claim that has circulated in certain online spaces. No credible evidence suggests that Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and X Corp, appeared as a guest on Colbert's show in 2025 and was removed following a heated exchange. Fact-checking outlets like Snopes have debunked similar stories involving other public figures, such as White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt or Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, identifying them as originating from misleading YouTube videos marked as altered or synthetic content. These videos, often with sensational titles like Caroline Leavitt shuts down Stephen Colbert after his insane on-air attack, are designed to attract clicks but lack substantiation from reputable news sources. The absence of any documented appearance by Musk on The Late Show, combined with the lack of coverage from major media, confirms that this event is a fabrication rooted in the digital era's penchant for misinformation. Despite the absence of a real confrontation, Stephen Colbert has made Elon Musk a frequent target of his satirical monologues, reflecting his role as a sharp commentator on political and cultural figures. Since Musk's appointment to co-lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, in the Trump administration in early 2025, Colbert has intensified his critiques, portraying Musk as an unelected billionaire wielding unprecedented influence over federal policy. On March 6, 2025, for example, Colbert delivered a scathing monologue, joking that millions of young people cannot stand Elon Musk, and those are just his kids, citing polls showing 71% disapproval of DOGE among 18 to 34-year-olds. He also mocked Musk's role in mass layoffs of federal workers, dubbing DOGE the Geekstapo and quipping that the firings were so chaotic that agencies like the CDC were forced to rehire employees to maintain basic functions. These remarks, while sharp, are consistent with Colbert's comedic approach, which blends hyperbole and wit to highlight perceived absurdities in the actions of public figures. Colbert's focus on Musk reflects the billionaire's growing political footprint, particularly through DOGE, which has been blamed for disrupting government operations. On March 12, 2025, Colbert lampooned a White House event where President Donald Trump showcased Tesla vehicles, calling it a car commercial on government property and joking that Trump confused Tesla with Hitler, a jab at Musk's controversial public image. Earlier, on February 25, 2025, Colbert responded to Musk's reported email demanding federal workers list their weekly accomplishments, suggesting the only proper reply was a crude "your mom" joke, though he quickly clarified it was in jest. These segments illustrate how Colbert uses his platform to critique Musk's perceived overreach, framing him as a disruptor whose influence raises questions about accountability and governance. The spread of false claims about a Musk-Colbert confrontation underscores the broader challenge of misinformation in the digital age. A post on X from May 18, 2025, claimed that Colbert exposed Elon Musk in the worst way, likely referencing a sensationalized video rather than an actual event. Such posts, while not evidence of a real confrontation, reflect a public appetite for dramatic narratives involving polarizing figures like Musk. His role as a tech mogul, political influencer, and self-proclaimed provocateur makes him a lightning rod for both legitimate criticism and fabricated stories. Misinformation thrives in this environment, where AI-generated content or exaggerated headlines can amplify fictional scenarios, as seen with debunked claims about Musk and others storming off Colbert's set. This phenomenon highlights the importance of media literacy, as audiences must navigate a landscape where clickbait often overshadows factual reporting. Musk's public persona, shaped by his provocative statements and actions, fuels both genuine scrutiny and myth-making. His leadership of DOGE, which has overseen significant federal layoffs and policy shifts, has drawn sharp criticism from commentators like Colbert, who portray him as a billionaire with questionable motives. On May 8, 2025, Bill Gates appeared on The Late Show and criticized Musk's role in slashing healthcare funding, prompting Colbert to highlight the irony of the world's richest man being involved in the death of the world's poorest. This exchange, while not a direct confrontation with Musk, shows how Colbert's platform amplifies critiques of his influence. The absence of Musk as a guest on the show suggests that Colbert prefers to engage with him through satire rather than direct dialogue, a choice that aligns with late-night television's role as a space for commentary over debate. The interplay between Musk, Colbert, and the media reflects broader tensions in how society processes controversial figures. Colbert's humor serves as a cultural pressure valve, allowing audiences to grapple with unease about unelected billionaires shaping public policy. His monologues, while exaggerated for comedic effect, draw attention to real issues, such as the disruption caused by Doge or Musk's polarizing presence on platforms like X. Meanwhile, false narratives about confrontations feed into a polarized environment where spectacle often trumps truth. These stories, while baseless, reveal the public's fascination with Musk as a larger-than-life figure, capable of inspiring both admiration and outrage. Musk's role in 2025 extends beyond Doge, encompassing his leadership of Tesla, SpaceX, and X Corp, each of which amplifies his influence. Tesla's valuation, reported at $1.97 trillion in early 2025, underscores Musk's economic clout, while SpaceX's advancements in space exploration cement his image as a visionary. His ownership of X, a platform central to public discourse, allows him to shape narratives directly, often amplifying his own views or those of aligned figures. This multifaceted influence makes Musk a prime target for satire, as his actions ripple across technology, politics, and culture. Colbert's critiques, such as his March 7, 2025, jab about Musk's strained relationship with his children, tap into this broader narrative, using personal anecdotes to humanize and critique Musk's larger-than-life persona. The misinformation surrounding alleged confrontations also points to the evolving role of platforms like X in shaping public perception. X's algorithm, influenced by Musk's ownership, often amplifies polarizing content, which may explain why posts like the May 18, 2025, claim about Colbert exposing Musk gain traction. These posts, while lacking substance, reflect how digital platforms can create echo chambers where unverified narratives flourish. Colbert, by contrast, uses his platform to challenge such narratives indirectly, focusing on Musk's actions rather than engaging with false stories. This dynamic illustrates the tension between traditional media, like late-night television, and newer platforms like X, each vying to shape public understanding in distinct ways. Colbert's role as a satirist places him at the heart of this cultural moment, where humor becomes a tool for navigating complex issues. His critiques of Musk, while rooted in comedy, address serious concerns about power, accountability, and the role of billionaires in democracy. For example, his February 2025 comments on Doge's layoffs highlighted the human cost of Musk's policies, noting that fired workers included people who make sure your water isn't poison. This blend of humor and critique resonates with audiences, offering a lens through which to view Musk's influence critically. At the same time, Colbert's reliance on satire rather than direct engagement with Musk underscores the limitations of late-night television as a platform for dialogue, prioritizing commentary over confrontation. The absence of a real confrontation between Musk and Colbert does not diminish the significance of their indirect interactions through media. Colbert's monologues serve as a form of public discourse, challenging unchecked power through humor. His references to Musk's wealth, political influence, and personal controversies like his reported estrangement from some of his children humanize a figure often seen as untouchable. Meanwhile, the fabricated narrative of a confrontation reveals the dangers of misinformation, where unverified claims can spread rapidly, fueled by Musk's high-profile status and the public's appetite for drama. This interplay of satire, critique, and fiction offers a window into the cultural dynamics of 2025, where truth and spectacle compete for attention. The broader implications of this narrative extend to how society grapples with figures like Musk, whose influence spans multiple domains. His role in Doge, for instance, has sparked debates about the privatization of government functions, with critics arguing that Musk's business-oriented approach prioritizes efficiency over public welfare. Colbert's satire amplifies these concerns, framing Musk as a disruptor whose vision, while innovative, may undermine democratic accountability. Similarly, the spread of false stories about confrontations reflects a broader erosion of trust in media, as audiences struggle to distinguish fact from fiction in an era of AI-generated content and viral misinformation. In 2025, as Musk continues to shape industries and policies, and as commentators like Colbert hold him to account, the interplay of truth, satire, and fiction remains a defining feature of the public square. While no fiery showdown occurred, the ongoing dialogue through Colbert's monologues, ex-posts, and public reactions reveals much about the tensions surrounding power, media, and accountability. Musk's influence, Colbert's role as a satirist, and the public's susceptibility to exaggerated narratives together paint a vivid picture of a society navigating the complexities of its most prominent figures. This narrative, while not the dramatic confrontation imagined in the original claim, is rich with insights into how media shapes our understanding of power and truth in a polarized age.